Oh, what a lad. So I put it out there to the What a Lad Instagram followers about which Tasman Mako they want on the podcast next, and I got a huge number of people wanting this young lad. He's an ex-Nelson College schoolboy star who has gone on to represent the New Zealand under-20s and the Tasman Mako this season. He is without a doubt one of the biggest characters in the game, and he is an absolute lad. It is, of course, the man himself, Luca Inch. Welcome, mate.
Hey, Jimmy. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I've been avoiding it for a while, for obvious reasons. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what questions you've got for me.
Mate, so many people wanted you on. Why do you reckon everyone wanted you on so much?
I do know, but I'm not going to, some stories and stuff, things I've done.
You're a bad man.
I'm a good man. I'm a good boy.
Well, we will see. You're going to tell all today, or
I'll tell a few stories. Keep it PG.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Love that. Anyway, you're already one of the most downloaded. You're already responsible for one of the most downloaded episodes so far with your wee chat to Darren and the prank. How was that? What's your memories of that prank?
I was actually driving on my way to the coffee shop to Deville's. I was going to have a catch up with Goody about some stuff, and I get a phone call, and I don't know what was going on. I come up with just a phone number. I didn't think anything of it, and I did meet a lot of people on my campaign, so I just went along with it because I didn't want to be like, nah, you know what I mean? Didn't want to be like, oh, Darren, I know you.
Would you have let him stay at your house if your mum gave you the pass?
Oh, yeah.
Would you?
If there's a mate Corey, I'd let him stay. Corey's a great man.
But did the parrots put you off? Was it?
Yeah. As soon as he started talking about pets, I knew something was fishy. And then the parrot came into it, and I just knew. There's only one dude in the team that would say that. That's you, mate.
So good. But you mentioned that your mum was allergic to dogs. Was that a yarn just to get Darren off your back, or is that legit?
I still don't think my mum's allergic to dogs, but she says she is. But we had a dog back in the day, and we got rid of it because she said she was allergic to it, but I just think she didn't want a dog.
So that was a true story that you told Darren?
Yeah, that's a true story.
Was it?
Yep.
So you bought a dog, and then you had to
sell it, yeah.
True.
Heartbreaking.
Good dog? Nice dog?
Rottweiler.
Oh.
Yep. Would have been a big boy by now.
Oh. Do you miss him?
Yeah, his name was Roscoe. Nice guy.
Gutted. One day, maybe when you move out of home.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Will you get a dog?
Yeah, I'll get a dog. Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
That's awesome. One like Roscoe, or would you try and find Roscoe, or?
Nah, I'll get one like Roscoe.
Just similar?
Yeah.
Would you name him? What would you name him?
Roscoe.
Well, yeah. So there'll be two awesome Roscoes out there. Oh, that's cool. But obviously you're one of the most happiest, smiliest guys I've ever met. So have you always been like that? And is that a conscious effort to always be so happy and smiley?
Yeah, I just I don't really like being sad, or
Yeah.
I'm just one of those guys that likes to have a good time and hang out with my mates.
Yeah.
I'd do anything for the boys,
Yeah.
Just one of those guys.
Were you always like that? Were you a happy kid?
Yeah, I was a happy kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless fighting with my brother, then I was an angry kid.
Two levels, really
Two levels.
angry or really happy.
Shane Winterton might argue I'm a redhead, but I'm not.
Oh, that's cool. I love it. So you sort of talked about being young. What was your childhood like growing up?
I started playing rugby when I was 5. I got a good childhood. I got a nice brother and sister. Parents still together. Great family. Got a lot of cousins, both sides. So it was really good for me. And I just went to my primary school down the road, and I got a good group of mates that I'm still best friends with today.
Sure.
So went to primary school with them right through. And but yeah, I started playing rugby when I was about 5. My dad was a coach and went right through the levels. My dad used to ref some games, and I used to get sent off when he was reffing for illegal tackling. But yeah. it was good. I really enjoyed my childhood, and I do sometimes wish I could go back because I used to get up to a bit of mischief.
Best times of your life.
Yeah, best times of my life. Then I went to Nelson College in year 8.
Yeah.
I was I was slimmer, and then when I went to Nelson College, I put a few kegs on.
Did you board there?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah.
I went to boarding in year 11.
Oh, okay, a little bit later.
A little bit later. So was a day boy on the bus for 2 years, year 9 and 10.
Yeah.
I wasn't the most frowned upon kid at school. Teachers didn't really like me.
Why was that? I heard you were hard work at school.
Yeah, I was quite a disobedient little kid. We say that. A few teachers didn't like to teach me. Anton will back that up.
Apparently, he said that 5 teachers refused to teach you.
Yep, that's true.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what did you do instead of getting taught by them?
Used to sit in the principal's office
for 5 periods a day.
Yeah, for a few periods a day. Yeah, he used to sit there and do my work, and then under 15s, I started getting into my rugby a bit more.
Yeah,
and then I really wanted to make the the 15As or the 16s.
Yeah,
and so I pulled my head in a little bit. And then when I was 16, they wanted me to leave school. Yeah. So they were pretty ready for me to. They sat me down and said, "Look, we reckon it's time for you to move on." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then my rugby coach, Warren Johnston,
legend, coming
to the game and told me to pull my head in, and then I pulled my head in a bit at school and started knuckling down, and I changed all my subjects. Yeah. So I was only doing 3 days of school a week and working 2 days a week. So I had a good balance. Yeah. And then I just keep chipping away and just keep playing rugby and learning and just keep my head down and getting out of trouble.
What sort of stuff were you doing to make teachers want to not teach you?
Some stuff, you know. A few things I've done. Good stuff in class, you know.
What was your average period like? So you'd go in, were you just a nuisance from the start?
Yeah, so I'd go into the class. I'd usually be the first person to be told off. Yeah. And then if someone else got told off, I'd feel like I would need to be told off more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I just...
It was like a competition for you.
It was a competition, yeah.
And what sort of stuff would you do to get told off? Just anything?
Anything, yeah.
True.
I know, annoy the teacher.
Yeah.
Had this one time I was in class, and you know, you can get that little fart spray stuff. Yeah. We bombed this classroom with this fart spray. I bombed it, and the teacher came into the class. He was out of the class at the time, and he's like smelling around, smell this real bad smell. And I just had the biggest grin on my face because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And the teacher removed us out of that class because he couldn't stand the smell. And we went into another class, and we did it again. So we bombed 2 classes. And then this is my science teacher. And then he sat us down, and the deputy principal came in, and no one in my class wanted to rat anyone out. So we sat there for 3 hours until the end of school. Oh, true. And to this day, they don't really know who it was. So it wasn't me.
Oh, that's one of the great stories. And Anton also mentioned about your assembly. Apparently you got called out in assembly for constantly breaking the chairs of people in front of you. Do you want to talk about that one?
Yep. So Nelson College assembly, straight after smoko time or morning tea, as some people would refer to. We used to have these chairs. They'd be four wide, and they had a little steel leg in the middle. And my mates would be sitting in front of me, and I'd boot the middle leg out, and then the whole chair would bend and snap. It'd go like that, and they'd be sitting on the ground. And I'd just be, pissing myself laughing because I think it'd be funny. And then in front of the whole school, the principal would stand up and be like, "Luca Inch, please stand up." And I stood up in front of the whole school, and everyone would be looking at me.
Mate, you sound like an absolute nightmare. So what was it like for you going to boarding school?
Oh, it's best years of my life. Best year. I went there for 1 year.
Before you get kicked out?
Yeah. Oh,
Did you?
Long story. Yeah, I went to. I'm a foul house boy, so a lot of boys know that. I hated Barnacote and I hated Rutherford House. Went my thing.
Did you try them both?
Nah.
Oh,
they had a bunch of weirdos in them.
Oh, yeah.
And went to Foul, and I got some real good mates up there. Daniel Dixon and Stephen McClellan.
Lads.
Real lads. And we used to get up to Mischief. It was great. Best years of my life. And then our housemaster got removed. I got a new housemaster, and I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I could have. But I did have a lot of laughs in the boarding house, and I really enjoyed it.
Is it true that up in the boarding house you used to plug in a toaster right next to the TV, get a whole loaf of bread with peanut butter, and just chomp the whole thing back?
That was at home when I was younger and I was fatter. Be a good day out, you know.
Did you actually do that?
I did that one time, yeah.
Did you? What, the whole loaf?
Didn't eat the whole loaf, but I ate a good majority of it, yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't a common trend up at the boarding house?
Nah, it was. Yeah, a lot of boys, there used to be just bread and milk that were at the boarding house.
Oh,
and some of the boys will know that, so everyone would just have toast, because some nights the meals, wouldn't be the best, so you'd just eat toast.
And you just mow it back.
Yeah. It's great.
And is that when you put on your weight you talked about before?
When I was at boarding, I actually lost a lot of weight.
Did you?
I slimmed down to about...
The toast diet?
Yeah. So I slimmed down to about 105.
What were you?
Like a 120.
At what age?
16.
Were you? Holy heck, you're massive.
So I lost quite a bit of weight. And obviously put a few kilos back on since then. So I'm back to a good 120, 122.
Same weight as you were at 12.
Yeah, exactly.
True, man. You must have been fed well.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
But you are from I know you don't really talk about it and you wouldn't really notice it, but you are from quite a wealthy family.
My family's successful in their business, and I don't really like to talk about it, but yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. No, really good people. So,
is it something you've consciously not spoken about, or have you ever tried not to come across as wealthy?
I'm not really into that. So like, if anyone asks me, I just say no.
Yeah.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True, but you do live in a mansion,
No.
do you?
No.
Oh, you're so humble. So when did when did you start taking rugby seriously? And at school, you mentioned being naughty, and then Warren Johnson having that word. Is that sort of when you thought rugby could be the life for you, like a job?
But year 12, my goal was to try and make the junior Crusaders, so the under-18 camp.
Oh, yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to make it. And then in the trial game, my old mate Tams, Tamata Williams, dropped me, and I had a concussion, so couldn't play. So, but that's all good.
And your first 15 days, I know you're a bit of a legend at Nelson College with the first 15. So, any highlights from your first 15 days?
A few of my highlights would be I've met a lot of people, different schools, and that'd be my highlight. Just meeting new boys and seeing them go through their pathways, and it's just great. Play with a lot of boys that I'm playing with now that I played with at school, like Anton and Taya, and all those boys, and it's great.
You play rugby for the boys, don't you? You love it.
I love the boys. Yeah,
and you're not shy of a diesel either, are you?
Yeah, I'd never turned down diesel.
And when did that start? Were you drinking at quite a young age, or not really? You kicked on when you got to the right age.
Yeah, not really. I used to have I didn't really get on the diesel with my mates at Nelson College in my school years.
Yeah,
it only really kicked off after my school years. I used to get on with my mop mates.
Yeah,
through my school years, and so luckily they didn't send anything in.
So you were drinking, but with your Mott friends, not your Nelson friends.
Yeah.
True, real separate. Because I suppose Anton doesn't drink, and he's probably your best friend from Nelson College.
Yeah.
So you two are pretty complete opposites, aren't you?
Yeah, we're complete opposites, but there's a lot of. He'll say the same thing. We've got a lot of similar things. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very mysterious. And also up at, is it true, this is another one Anton sent in actually, is it true you used to do a bit of a side hustle and sell pocket pussies to Asians?
This is a true rumour. Yep. Yep. I imported pocket pussies from China, and I sold them to Asians in the boarding house.
Did you make much money from them?
I did, yeah. Doubled, tripled my money, so it was great. Could buy some stuff at the house shop.
Was it something you looked to pursue at any point because it was going so well?
Well, no, because I'd leave them in my wardrobe and then I'd go find them and they'd be stolen. So it's just one of those things that I'll just try new things and that's about it. So yeah, I'm a bit of a
entrepreneur.
I like to buy and sell stuff. And
Is that something you probably would have done if rugby didn't take over? Maybe not the pocket pussies, but anything.
Yeah, well, I like to work, but but on the side, I always like to do something different.
We side hustle
going on, yeah.
So what do you do for work?
I'm an engineer. I work at Tallies Nelson on the wharf.
Yeah.
And we work on fishing vessels. So it's great down there. I've got a great group of guys. A lot of mop boys that are a bit older than me that I grew up with. They work there, so it's good.
And how did you get into that? Is that what you started doing on those 2 days off at school? I
actually was building, and in year 13 I did my ACL, MCL, PCL and LCL and a game rugby.
How did you do that?
I hyperextended it playing Mako Springer.
Oh, what, did he step you?
Yeah, I leapt over the fullback, but he would argue that I just forgot how to run.
And then how did that all happen?
I went like that, and my knee went like that.
Oh,
yeah. Went backwards, and so I didn't really do the MCL, but I did the other ones. But
true,
just got a strain on it. Yeah,
just add in the MCL for a bit of extra interest.
Bit of extra interest. Yeah.
So that would have been tough for you to deal with, because obviously rugby was the whole reason you're at school.
Yeah,
it was your big passion at the time.
Yeah, so I was. I really wanted to make New Zealand schools that year, and that was my goal. And I was fortunate enough to get a phone call from Matt Sexton, and just saying, "Look, mate, you're in the mixer. Really sorry here, with your knee." So that gave me just that little bit, saying I would have been in that, in the environment.
Yeah.
And so that just made me really want to drive for that New Zealand under-20 team, and that's just from there. But then out of school, I really started enjoying work. So I left Nelson College after I did my knee, and I started full-time working.
Yeah.
And
building or engineering?
Engineering.
Yeah.
And I went through a stage where I didn't want to play rugby anymore.
Yeah.
Just wanted to play club. And I was fortunate enough to have a few meetings and a few fizzy drinks with me mate, Mad Dan. And
Dan Perrin. Legend.
And we had a few convos, and I didn't want to, and I was supposed to be going into the academy the year after, and I turned down the academy. I wanted to just do my own thing, and I was doing some rehab with a trainer, Fletcher Matthews, and I just didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then I just kept chipping away, and then it'd be probably at the end of club season, I was just thinking to myself, just gotta, if I want to do this, I gotta really, I gotta be in the environment, the academy. And I talked to Goody, and I talked to DP and a few other people, Crocky, and they just said, "Look, mate, you're just gonna have to do it." So I did it, and look, it's the best thing I've done. I'm really fortunate enough to go through the Crusaders Academy environment, and especially with Piggy, and just all those people around me really drove me to be that better guy, and so I'm really happy for them.
Mate, that's cool. So when you did turn it down, were you thinking rugby's no longer a career option, or were you still thinking maybe you will get there eventually?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd get there eventually.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to make my own pathway, but then it's just too hard. You got to be in the, the coach are there, the physio's there, and it's just so much easier if you're in that space. And and I really wanted to make that New Zealand 20s team still, so I just knew it was my best option.
And then you obviously did. So the pathway to get to the New Zealand schools was Crusaders under 20s first?
Yeah, Crusaders under 20s. So we had that campaign at the start of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good. It was something a bit different. First Super Rugby under 20 team for the Crusaders. So I was just with all my mates that I played with in Christchurch.
Yeah.
My old mate Jack Sexton, he's a good dude. And just chipping away down there, and when we went up to the tournament, it was just a whole new ball game for me. And, it was just it was great. Like the speed of the game was quick, and it really opened my eyes. And then I was fortunate enough to get selected at that for the New Zealand 20s.
Did you get a lot of confidence from playing against those guys and playing in that competition?
100%, yeah. So if I didn't play in that competition, it was definitely a step up, and everyone was really wanting to make that team. So there's a lot of boys out there that I knew would be a really hard competition to get in that team. And then, it got selected, and it was just one of those things.
How did you find out, and how was your reaction? Because, like you said, this was your goal for a long time, and you really wanted to make this side. So how did you find out?
I actually can't remember. I think someone rang me and told me. I actually can't remember what happened. Darren rang me. But I do remember I just played a game of club and I got yellow carded.
Oh, yeah.
And Tabai Manson rang me straight after the game. And I thought he was ringing me about my yellow card, but he wasn't. So it was all good.
You were stressing for a few weeks after that yellow card.
Yeah, I was. I was a bit nervous.
And what was it like going into the camp? Obviously, you got along well with a lot of the boys in that side. I know you and Corey obviously got along really well. Ruben Love, a few others.
Yep.
What was it like for you going in there?
So I just went in there and just did me, just was myself. And the boys, and the first few days were a bit quiet. Everyone was in their little groups. And then after that, we started training together and getting into a mix of things. And then all of a sudden, we're just one big group of boys. And we're one team, and it was just great. Everyone switched on. We needed to switch on and switch off. Tom Donnelly, great man. Yeah, he's one of the greats. He was great, and just to learn off. And I really enjoyed being with all the boys, and got some great boys around the whole country now that I can talk to. Yeah.
So you spoke about being yourself, going into there and just being yourself. Is that something you've always tried to do? Because I mean, every time I've seen you, you're you, and you've never really changed, even coming into the Mako environment. Is that something has that been easy for you to do that?
If someone's gonna like me, I don't want to pretend to be someone else.
Yeah.
And so I just go in there and just be myself, and they like me. If they don't, then they can,
Yeah. It's pretty cool for someone so young to have that attitude. Yeah. So, it's not that common. A lot of guys are, really shy, standoffish until they get comfortable in the environment. But you can go into any environment and just be the absolute character weirdo that you are.
Yeah. Pretty rip shit bust.
But the boys love it.
Yeah, you gotta be doing that. It's something you gotta do, eh?
And then what about playing? Obviously, you didn't have a World Cup, which was disappointing for the 20s, but you got to have a few games and a few good hitouts. Even got to play against the mighty Tasman Mako.
Yeah, no, it was good. First time putting on the black jersey, and it was a different experience. I really enjoyed it, and all the teams we played were world-class teams. It was just first game was Wellington, Harlequins, the second team.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and then third, and we played the Tasman team, and that was my team that, Piggy was watching, and all the boys were watching, so I just wanted to go out there and just kill.
And you did. You got stuck into your work, didn't you?
Yeah, just gonna get stuck in. But every time I put that jersey on, I just it's just a different experience. So.
Anyone in that side stand out for you? Like anyone that you thought, man, this guy is going to be good? There's
a lot of good talent in that team. We had a really good back line.
You did it.
Ruben, Corey, Nepkins.
Yeah.
Cortez, our whole back line was, was great. And my old mate, Anton, great player.
Yeah.
But even we got a great forwards as well. But you know who you are, so I'm not going to blow anything up, you forwards.
Was Josh Lord on the side?
Yep, Lordy was in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, who do you think would be the first one to be an All Black? But he's obviously done it.
Yeah, he's done it. So I knew Josh Lord had a lot going for him. He was one of our, he's probably in our forward pack was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
And he's just, his skill work and his drive and his knowledge around his game understanding was just unreal. Whenever I had a question, I just went to him, and no, it was great.
So who's going to be number 2? If you had to put your money on someone, who's going to be the next All Black out of that squad? We'll revisit this in a few years.
I don't actually know.
It can be yourself.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't want to say anything.
Fair enough. And then from 20s, you made the Tasman Mako squad. Were you initially picked in it?
I was picked as a development player,
Yeah.
so just a couple of days a week I'd go in and I knew after the 20s they said they'll bring me into the environment as much as they can. So it was Tasman Mako has always been my team. I wouldn't play for any other province. My dad's a proud Nelson Bays man, and so I just really wanted to stick at it, love it.
Did you feel like you were ready to play at that level?
When I was initially named, I wasn't told. So I was just watching we got a team naming and they put the boys up on the board, and I was when my name popped up, I didn't really know what to do. I was a bit nervous. I was like, NPC, you got to get at my work, and then I got a few messages, and I got one from Billy Guyden.
Yeah.
And he told me I was good enough to be in that team.
Yeah.
And if you're selected, that means you're good enough, and that gave me a lot of confidence.
Oh, that's cool.
Going into the game. So that just stick at it.
Yeah, because obviously for a front row, you're extremely young to be playing at this level in the front row. So, what was it like when you first got out there?
Just wanted to scrum. Love it.
But you're a good scrummager, aren't you? That's one of the strengths of your game.
I don't know. Not gonna blow anything. Yeah, I like scrums.
Yeah,
scrums are good for me, and I can play both sides. So it's just one of those things that one of my strengths. So yeah.
How hard is that to play both sides? I know a lot of people talk about how hard it is, but how hard do you find it?
It's definitely difficult. At club rugby, I play loose head because we got Sammy Martin playing tight head.
Yeah.
And we always tell each other we'll swap at half time, and he never wants to swap. So I just play loose head.
Yeah.
And but I'm a tight head. I play tight head at school, tight head for 20s, tight head for Crusader 20s.
Yeah.
But when I go back to tight head from loose head, it's a whole new ball game. But when I go from tight head to loose head, it's all good.
Yeah.
But loose head to tight head's a different story.
So tight head's the hardest.
Tight head's the hardest.
By a long way.
Be a long way, yeah.
So have you been playing tight head or loose head for Tasman?
I did my first game at tight head against Bay of Plenty.
Yeah.
In that non-competition game.
Yeah.
And it was a bit hard at the start, just getting my feeling my rhythm.
Yeah.
I haven't played tight head in a long time, and then once I found my happy medium, then I was confident. But it just takes a few scrums to get into it.
So how many sort of dark arts are in there at scrum time? Have you picked up many of those, or obviously the old experienced guys will be trying all sorts of tricks on you? Yeah.
Well, the funniest thing is I'd be at school and Crocky and Kane Hames would come in and do some scrums with us.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be playing tight head, and they're obviously both loose heads. And they would teach me a few things.
Oh, yeah.
And then they would teach me I'd do it on them, and then they'd just destroy me after that, and then be like, you don't just give me a bit of shit. But yeah, it's just, I learn a lot off all the boys. Tasman's great. Anyone's an open book.
Yeah.
Ask a question, I'll give you a straight up answer, and that's what I love about it.
And how did you find the shield game?
I just wanted to get out. I actually thought I was going to get carded. My old mate Izzy put a shot on someone.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got called off on the bench, and then I ran out there, and they were replaying the video. It's like, I was looking over at him, and he had a big grin on his face because he thought that too. He thought I was going to get carded. And but that shield game was unreal experience for me.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to stick into it, and I just got told just run hard,
Yeah.
tackle hard, and just clean rucks. So that's all I did.
And you did it bloody well.
Yeah.
And talk to me about the scrum. One of your scrums, there was a famous incident where you went backwards pretty quick. What happened there?
So we were going against Hawke's Bay, and we won the hit, and then I reset my feet, and I caught my old mate Q-Mac's shoelace in my right hand boot, and I was trying to, you watch the video, I was trying to get my foot out of the shoelace, and I just knew, can you swear on this?
Yeah.
I was fucked.
Has that ever happened before?
Yes.
Has it? Yeah.
I have it at 20s.
Oh, true.
Um,
Is it always the hooker? He needs to tape up his shoelace, surely.
No, but the hooker Sawani caught my shoelace when I was 20s and ripped my shoelace clean off my boots, so I had no shoelace. But that was just at training, so it was all good.
True. Surely you start taping up your shoelaces, both, all of you.
I think I might have to,
Yeah, good call, good learning. And you've spoken about your debut. Are you a nervous guy on the bench?
No, I'm not nervous on the bench, but I just want to get out there and just get at it.
You'd rather start.
Yeah, I'm quite in the zone
Yeah.
on the bench. I just zone in at the game, and I'm tunnel vision, so I don't really look around me what's going on. I'll just watch the game and then just really want to get out there and get stuck into my work.
How good's that? And what's the plans going forward? Have you got any interest from Super Rugby?
There is some options for me now. Moving forward, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, so I'll just have to think what's best for me and my playing opportunity and just go from there.
That's exciting, eh?
Yeah.
So would that be like a pre-season sort of contract, or is that to play? Because can you even play at this age?
I've got a there's a pre-seasons, and then there might be something after a pre-season.
Yeah.
So I just got to divvy up what I want to do.
Oh, nice to have options.
Yeah.
And you're signed with Tasman for next year?
Yep, I'm signed with Tasman for 2 years.
2 more years.
2 more years, so
Mate.
locked in.
Perfect. And what are the plans? Like, have you set much of a plan ahead for your rugby career?
I'm a New Zealand player through and through, so
Yeah.
I'll stick here as long as I can. And then I don't know if I want to go overseas.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to have a real good crack at Super and obviously the All Blacks.
Yeah.
That's my main. Super's my next goal. I just do one goal at a time. And then after if I make that, then my next goal would be the All Blacks, and then just stay as long as I can in New Zealand.
Love it. So what do you reckon you have to do to become an All Black? What's your biggest work on as a player?
For me, would probably be my just little micro skills in my defence, my ball, my hand,
Yeah.
skill work.
Yeah.
Just keep picking that up and just keep chipping away and just always in the ear and the coach, asking questions, nailing detail, and just never be afraid to, ask a question.
Mate, you're going to go a long, long way. There's no question about that. And then after rugby, is it to go back to engineering? Because you obviously loved engineering that much that you contemplated quitting rugby for it.
I'll go back and I'll finish my time, but I probably want to work for my old man. My dad's a Sparky.
Yeah.
Does power station stuff. So I'll probably go back and try to learn the ropes. My best friend's his apprentice, so he can teach me.
And that's what you loved about it?
Yeah.
Just working with your mates.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a lad. Okay, obviously extremely exciting player, massive future in the game, and I have put it out to the Instagram for some questions, and wow, Luca Inch, so many questions came for you. First question, a couple of these we might not be able to ask, but first question, is it true that you have a lisp?
Yep, I do have a lisp. I used to have lisp lessons at school, and I fixed it a lot. I smashed all my teeth out when I was younger, and I didn't get them fixed for a while, so it sometimes comes out.
How old was that?
11 years old.
So is that when the lisp was created?
Yeah.
From not having the front teeth?
Yeah, I dived in a pool and smashed the 4 front teeth out. So.
Oh, geez, brutal. What did your teeth hit in the pool?
The ground.
It must have been pretty shallow.
Yep. Yep.
Did you not know it was shallow? Or
I don't actually know what happened. I just dived in and slid along the bottom, and then somehow I just caught my mouth on the bottom and
true.
chipped them out just like that.
Crazy. And then what was it like dealing with a lisp, like going through college and all that? It's obviously...
Yeah, you used to get a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't really care. I don't care what people think or anything to me, so I just,
Yeah.
got an issue with it. I don't care. Just goes in one ear, out the other.
You love it, but it's not a prominent lisp now, is it?
Nah, just sometimes it comes out.
Yeah, but the boys still love to give you a little bit.
Boys still love me giving a bit of shit about it, so it's all good.
Oh, good start. Okay, who's your favourite Mako teammate?
I've got a lot of good Mako teammates, but through and through, it'll be my mate Anton. I've been through school with him and 20s with him, and I've done everything with him. He's, been one of my best mates right through college, and he's, just trying to go the same, going with that path of him. So
it's exciting.
I can say a lot more people, good teammates, though.
Yeah, well, it was Alex Nankerville who sent it in, so I'm guessing he wanted to be the answer.
Nank would be the next one. He's always a good laugh. But I have to, sorry, Nank, mate, I'm going to go into it because he's been there right through.
But you put a few votes in for Nanks to come on the podcast, didn't you? You didn't actually know that I could see who was writing the name, and you put in Nanks about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I did. I thought it's anonymous. It just comes up with Luca 5 times. Nank.
But you tried to change the writing of it, like Alex Nankerville or Nanks.
Yeah, just change that little micro detail.
Oh, you're a good man of detail. Okay. Do you measure in centimetres or inches?
What for?
Anything. I'm guessing it's wordplay on your names.
Millimetres, because I'm an engineer. I know where this is going, so I'm not saying anything.
Okay. How many toasters does your mum have to buy a year?
Dan Perrin put that comment in, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. 1 toaster this year. We're actually on a second toaster because I destroyed the first toaster.
What happened to it?
It was before a Marist game at T Park. I was cooking my toast and the toaster wasn't working. It was only cooking one side of the bread.
Oh,
you ever had that?
Yeah.
So frustrating. And
half a toast.
Half a toast. So I got frustrated with it, and I threw the toaster out the window in the rain. And then I got yellow carded against Marist. And they all reckon it's because of the toaster.
What do you reckon? Honestly, do you reckon that played a part in it?
100%.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I was
toast got you.
frustrated from the get-go.
True.
Yeah.
So it's warning signs if you ever lose a toaster, maybe stand down a week
just cool down.
Yeah.
I was pretty in the red that day, so yeah.
Jeez. Toast, that'll get you. Okay, how was the Nelson-Marlborough rivalry throughout the first 15?
Oh, unreal. I used to love it.
Did you?
I hate Marlborough.
Do you?
Yeah. I love them now because they're in my team, but schoolboy rugby, I hated them.
Yeah.
And there's a few great boys over there that I still really love to connect with. And, the rivalry was unreal when we played them or at their school. They'd come play us at our school. Everyone would get up for a game, so it'd always be a great game. I used to just try to smoke everyone.
No doubt.
Yeah. Dirty in the mall, dirty in the ruck. Yeah.
Okay. What would you tell a young Luca Inch back at school?
Pull your head in or... yeah, whatever the teacher said to me, mate, went one ear out the other.
They had no chance.
Yeah, no chance. Mixing me. I was a different breed.
Okay. Who's the one player you'd most like to scrum against?
I want to verse Nons.
Nons?
Yeah. Sione Ahio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go loose head, and he's tight head, and I want to have a good crack at him.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Was he the 20s big dog?
Yeah, he was well the tight head, just because, he's a great guy.
Did he start ahead of you?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
true.
Great,
So there's a bit of a rivalry there.
great scrummer.
Yeah.
But I'd love to have a crack at him.
Would you?
Yeah.
True. Would you back yourself? Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I back myself.
Yeah. Oh, so there's a little bit of a rivalry. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, who's he going to be playing for?
I don't actually know. He's a Auckland boy, so
Yeah.
Blues or whatever.
True. They're in COVID Cup lockdown, so disappointing for them, eh?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you've struggled. You've had your moments where you sort of questioned yourself in the rugby game, so I'll be interested to get your answer on this one. One piece of advice that you'd give a young professional rugby player coming through?
If you're a young player coming through the mixer and you've obviously been scouted through school, even if you haven't been scouted through school, just keep chipping at it. And if you got coaches, love to hear from you. So if you know a coach or you know someone that knows a coach, ask questions, get in the air all the time, and just whenever you play, just put your best foot forward. Never be afraid. But the best thing about whatever I tell players that want to start, having a real good crack, the best way for a coach to notice you is to get on your clips. Or if you don't do that, you just ask someone that might know, and just keep chipping away at coaches, and just put your heart and soul out in the field and just be ruthless.
Mate,
just get into it. Just go there and just smoke people. That's all you got to do, mate. Just hurt.
Have you ever thought about getting into motivational speaking, or like speaking to young kids? Because that's pretty inspiring.
Yeah. Oh, nah. I'm not really good on speaking. It's better now. Even though Jimmy's hut in here is like 30 degrees.
The studio's pumping. I'm wearing a hoodie to try and sell some hoodies. So
better go have a swim. If you're a kid, mate, just keep chipping away and just don't be afraid to ask questions. Message. If you're a young boy at Nelson College, you could message me. That's all good. I'm there.
Yeah. What about if you go to another school? Would you be open to...
100%.
Yeah.
Been at Kid at Waimea, Nayland, or even in Christchurch school, any school, you can message anyone, and if they're a great guy, they'll message you back. If they're not, then message some other one.
Shit, your phone's going to blow up over the next few weeks with people wanting advice or inspiration from you. But that's cool that you're willing to put your time in there and help anyone be in your shoes, I guess.
That's just one of those things. I was fortunate enough to have a lot of people around me playing rugby, so I just think the way to keep it going is to give the same experience back to other people.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Mate, you are an absolute lad. Absolute honour having you on the podcast, mate. I'm glad to get you on. I know a lot of people wanted this for a long time. You were a bit hesitant, but great to have you on, giving some insight into your journey to where you are now, and no doubt you're going to have a massive future. So I'm sure everyone who's listened to this podcast will also look forward to following your future, and no doubt we will see you in that black jersey at some point down the line. But really appreciate you coming on the podcast, mate.
Thank you very much, lad.